Hey everybody, I am here at a different location. I am dog sitting for my mom and dad. So if you happen to see a puppers, just consider yourself lucky that you got to see the puppers. And let's see if my son might feel comfortable to say hi. Would you like to say hi to the group? You won't see anybody, but
Hello.
they will see you. So today, we had an awesome experience at the Elon School of Law, located in Greensboro. We were able to um, share with them some essential oils that help support mental and emotional health. And y'all know me, even though this is like a quick recap, I still made some slides. So let's get to that. Give me just a second. I'm going to share my screen and share. Yes, no, maybe so. My screen sharing is paused. All right, all right. I'm hoping that you guys can see. I'm actually also only using one monitor today. So, that being said, because I'm only using one monitor, I'll only get to see one thing, whereas normally I get to see multiple things. So, pros and cons, pros and cons. But according to my phone and the Book of Faces, you guys can see what I can see. So that's perfect. So I'm going to close that so I don't get distracted, except for the fact that this might be my mom texting me. So hello, sorry, she gets precedence. Okay, done. So today's goal is we're keeping it super short. This is a really quick overview of what we covered today at the Elon School of Law. I am so happy for anybody who may be watching me live. But if you are not watching me live, keep in mind that if you're watching the replay, you can adjust the speed. Again, I promise I'm keeping it snappy tonight. So, but if I'm still going too slow for you, thankfully you get to curate your digital experience. And so if you want it to be a little bit more snappy, just put me on 1.25 speed. Okay, keep it going, keep it moving in your happiness. So compliance, because this is important, because we're going to be talking about some product specifics here in just a bit. So in adherence to compliance, keep in mind that all the statements included in this presentation, in this class, whatever you want to call it, have not been evaluated by the FDA. Any product that is promoted is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. And if you don't know me, hi, I'm Jen Bestfield. I guess I should have started with that. But I was introduced to doTERRA in the summer of 2015. That was a really interesting time in my life as a single mom, as a mom of an individual with autism. We were both being super challenged to grow and struggling in our growth and personal development. And so it was really lovely to have the opportunity to attend a small workshop, doTERRA workshop, with moms and grandmas, and just basically caregivers who were really interested in and getting ideas on how to support their young ones. And so at that time, we were testing the waters, trying things out, seeing some success. Today, doTERRA is a huge part of how my son and I are building our best lives. This is us, maybe not exactly when we just started, but back in the day. And this is us more now. I was really, really delighted to be able to take my kiddo to convention this year. And so we were both experiencing doTERRA convention in person at the same time for the first time. It was incredible. It was overwhelming, but it was incredible. And so we were able to grab a couple of snapshots and just shiny heart. So quick introduction about doTERRA. doTERRA is the the best. No, it is the world's largest, the world's biggest. I'm not sure how to say it. Essential oil company. One of the things that helps doTERRA stand out from other essential oil companies is that the founders were very specific in their mission to build supply chains filled with integrity, filled with love, filled with a mindfulness and a care for both how the community who is growing the crops for our essential oils are treated, how the product is treated through the supply chain, and also in the testing and the science and the integrity. The essential oil industry is pretty, is pretty nebulous. And there's kind of these big categories like this essential oil is good for perfumes, and this essential oil is safe for eating, but like isn't really necessarily provide any nutritional value and that type of thing. And when the founders started doTERRA, they were focused on um, uh, like being above board, being the actual highest level of standard. And in fact, actually creating a new standard. And so when we talk about doTERRA essential oils, we're talking about certified pure tested grade oils. And these oils are tested by a third party to ensure their integrity for us to use and receive those mind, body, soul, spirit benefits. So today, we had just the awesome delight of being invited by the Elon School of Law, located in Greensboro. It was their Diversity Fellows group. They were hosting a mental health clinic, kind of a mental health check-in for the students. And they wanted a kind of an aromatherapy or like a self-care aspect where the counseling team was doing wellness assessments with the students. We were there to help supplement with ideas on how they could support their mental and emotional health. So you can see us here kind of getting our table set up and our space set up. And I thought it was incredible because at the wellness assessment table, there were a lot of like self-care and mental check type things. And I just thought this flyer was awesome. Like, what's on your mind? Like, I'm worried about this. I feel anxious about this. I'm stressed. I'm depressed. I don't feel like myself. I don't like myself. So I just thought that this was such a useful handout for their table, right? Because we've got things coming in and out of our minds all the time. And while this event was specific to the Elon law students, these are things that are running in all of our minds all the time. And so at our table, they were able to get this handout that's next to the flyer. It starts with support your mental health. But if you pay attention to the way that we handled this, adaptive, balance, Kupaiba, Shinrin Yoku, we were talking about the ABCs of mental health. And how the doTERRA products, whether aromatically, topically, or internally, could help support their mental and emotional health. So jumping in, A is for adaptive. And if you are not familiar with our adaptive line, it is incredible. This blend of essential oils is meant to specifically target your feelings of your anxious feelings or your overwhelm, your feelings of overwhelm, and help settle it. So Rand and I use the adaptive capsules when we have a big thing happening in our lives, whether that's an interview or a test, or maybe I have a work presentation and it's just that thing that we're kind of on the edge and we're kind of a little stressed, and maybe we're a little less patient with ourselves, we're snappy. Adaptive just helps bring that temperature back down, kind of brings the volume down, kind of helps us feel supported, and kind of adds a little extra resilience to our experience so that we can show up as our best selves. Adaptive is incredible. Pro tip, I keep the adaptive roller, which is the adaptive essential oil combined with fractionated coconut oil in the car, so that when traffic is challenging my best behavior, I can use a little bit of that adaptive on my hands, or rub it really quick here on kind of like where the vessels are taking blood to the brain, for that quick hit of resiliency. B is for balance. Balance is doTERRA's grounding blend. And so this group of oils is meant to be something that it's kind of like an experience of being outside. I don't know if you're familiar with the practice of grounding, where you would take off your shoes and walk barefoot in the grass or on the soil or in the sand. And just that benefit of just being present with your feet on the ground Balance is that vibe. I love balance because the blend also includes frankincense, which is an oil that is good for your whole body from tip to tip, head to toe. Frankincense is going to provide a positive impact on your system, and so I find balance to be just this lovely. In fact, balance used to be my favorite essential oil when I was first introduced to doTERRA. I won't get too much further into it, but just know I have a new one. I have a new one. We'll get there. So, can you imagine being a stressed out law student? You're studying for, um, these tasks that are preparing you for the bar, and here we are at this mental health check-in, and we're offering hand massages. So, hooray for Linda, who is with us today, offering DoTerra, Aroma Touch hand massages. I'm telling you what, those students went from like here to like, they were like super blissed out, and it was incredible. And I was pushing for the peppermint frankincense combination, because peppermint is going to help sharpen their focus, and frankincense, as I mentioned, all good things for the body, is going to help provide that grounding balance. And so together, the synergy of both of those together is just incredible, and like it's like your whole body vibration changes. But frankincense can be kind of a little bit of a too much of an incensey type smell for people. So we had balance, also available as a part of the hand massages, which also includes frankincense. So they were still getting those benefits. C is for copaiba. And I am a huge fan of copaiba. In fact, I'm thinking about building a workshop and a series of classes on copaiba and how to use copaiba. Copaiba is an essential oil, and a wellness product that is in our daily regimen in my house. Copaiba is targets several of our important body systems and helps them come into regulation. If you pair copaiba with an essential oil, it like expands the benefits of that other essential oil. It is just an incredible all around good oil to keep in the house. We keep the soft gels in our house. Like I said, that's a daily thing for us. We keep them in our little supplement boxes, because of the way that copaiba can positively impact the central nervous system. And as we transition, it's like, to me, copaiba is like the daily adaptive. Whereas we might use adaptive for kind of bigger things, copaiba is our like daily, steady, grounded type vibe. Um, Again, so many amazing things I could say about copaiba, but workshops coming soon. How's that? Workshops coming soon. And then the S for ABCs, the S is for Shinrin Yoku. And you may or may not be familiar with Shinrin Yoku, the Japanese concept of forest bathing. doTERRA just recently released the Shinrin Yoku forest bathing blend. That was actually at convention this past September. And if you're the type of person who likes to hike, if you're the type of person who likes to go camping, if you're the type of person who just likes to take a walk in a pretty part of nature and like feel the impact of like how nature can kind of soothe your soul and help you feel like plugged back into just the present versus like all this digital input that's coming at us, Shinrin Ryoku is thebomb.com. It Besides copaiba, because I have a special place for copaiba, Shinrin Yoku is definitely my new favorite essential oil. I love diffusing it while I'm working, because while I'm stuck in front of the computer, at least I can feel like I'm in the middle of a forest. And today, during our event at Elon, we had Shinrin Yoku. We got a visit from the pup. We had Shinrin Yoku diffusing with copaiba so that the students could have that moment of being kind of unplugged in our presence. Hi, how are you? Okay. So if you're not familiar with Shinrin Yoku, if you're local and you would like to smell it, you should definitely come to one of our in-person events. Again, this is another plug for Saturday, this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll be having an event in Haw River. And then I am now hosting office hours in downtown Graham. And so if you're curious about any of that, just pop into the group and say, hey, I need more information about whatever. This is us. This is the team that we're there today. We were so thankful to be together and have time together, but also be together, positively impacting the students and their outlook and their perspective, and just reminding them that there are other, like, they're doing amazing things by showing up in their world, right? In their day-to-day experience, all these things that they're learning, but there are ways that they can support themselves and habit stack and use the rollers to help support them. And so this is really just a jump in to let you know we had this amazing experience. We were so thankful to have it. We were so thankful to work together. I know that we have a wonderful mix of people here in. Oh my gosh, there are 7 comments here. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Oh, shush. We don't need volume. We don't need volume. All right. Uh, uh. Gloria, I see you. I see you and I love you. All right. I'm wrapping it up, y'all. Look at me. Done in less than 25 minutes. It's like a record. I'll see you guys next week. I have class next week too. Next week though, 7 p.m. All right. And I will have my multiple screens. So, there might be magic. All right. Bye. Love you guys. Take care.